So Jake Paul is furious after getting suspended for unbelievable cheating allegations. Yeah, you heard that right now. Jake being Jake, he's not just upset, he's completely losing his mind. The YouTuber turned boxer just got suspended over cheating claims from his last fight with Mike Perry, and let me tell you, it's absolute chaos. Jake is claiming these accusations are totally fake, calling it a full-blown witch hunt. According to him, it's just more haters trying to bring him down, and he's not buying any of them, but here's the kicker. Jake actually tested positive for banned substances. The test results don't lie, but in true Jake Paul fashion, he's saying the whole thing was a contamination issue, insisting he was set up and that someone tampered with his sample classic. Jake is right, but it doesn't stop there. Jake's suspension means the biggest fight of his career. His highly anticipated showdown with Mike Tyson is now in serious jeopardy. This was supposed to be the fight that would cement Jake's legacy, but now, thanks to these cheating allegations, everything's up in the air. Jake's fuming, claiming he's innocent, but the suspension is real, and it's threatening to derail everything. Let's break it down.
Yeah, that's shit, bro. Seriously?
They said they had a warrant for Jake.
Jake Paul's suspension came completely out of the blue and took the entire fight world by surprise. No one saw this coming, not even his biggest critics. After all, Jake's been riding a wave of height-dominating headlines with his flashy wins and trash-talking style, but now his career just hit a brick wall, and fans are in total shock. The news that Jake had been suspended over cheating allegations has left everyone scrambling for answers, but you know Jake, he's mad as hell and not taking any of it lying down. The moment the suspension was announced, Jake exploded, claiming the whole thing is a sham according to him. The media is just blowing smoke to tear him down, and the allegations are completely fake. In typical Jake Paul fashion, he's all over social media lashing out and doubling down.
Wanting to see me fail for literally nothing. Like they're suing me for something I didn't do. Like, on God, it's just the most bullshit thing, and I literally had to pay them a lot of fucking money for no reason. It just pisses me the fuck off. And then
Jake's all like, this is all BS. They're trying to take me down because I'm winning. The media can't stand to see me on top, but here's where things get even crazier. Jake is absolutely losing his mind on social media, posting a series of questionable stories that have fans and followers shaking their heads and taking a contaminated supplement. Nah, this wasn't some innocent slip-up. Jake Paul was intentionally juicing, looking for that extra edge to take Mike Perry out in style, and yeah, it worked. He landed that 6th-round KO that had fans going wild and walked out of that ring like the champ he thought he was. But now it's blown up in his face in the biggest way possible. His wind is tainted, his reputation is in the gutter, and that suspension is not going away anytime soon. So while Jake's out there raging on social media and pointing fingers, the truth is the tests don't lie. He wasn't playing fair, and now the Boxing Commission is making sure he pays the price. Hear me out, the Boxing Commission wasn't playing games. They dug deep into this case before slapping Jake with the suspension, and let's be real, this isn't just some slap on the wrist, this is a huge deal. Jake's entire reputation as a fighter is on the line, and the commission is treating this like any other serious case of doping. Jake's suspension could last months or even a year depending on how things unfold, and for some who've been gearing up for the biggest fight of his career against Mike Tyson, this is a massive setback. Speaking of the Mike Tyson showdown, it was supposed to go down on November 15th, 2024, at the AT&T Arena. Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson was literally the fight that had everyone buzzing like crazy. I mean, the hype around this bout was through the roof, fans were losing it and tickets were selling like hotcakes. This wasn't just another boxing match, it was supposed to be the biggest fight of Jake's entire career, like Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Iron Mike T.I. It was huge, the fight world was on fire, and even people who didn't care about boxing were ready to tune in for this one, but then boom, Jake's suspension dropped. And just like that, the whole thing came crashing down. Jake had to pull the plug on the fight, and now it's all up in smoke. Yeah, the fight that was supposed to make Jake millions is off the table because of his suspension over those crazy cheating allegations. Imagine how mad Jake must be right now. This was meant to be his moment, the fight that would have put him on the map as more than just a YouTube boxer, not to mention it was big money on the line too. And now all of that cash is just gone. And get this, even Netflix was on board with this fight. They were gearing up to film a whole documentary about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson showdown. Like, that's how big this fight was supposed to be. It was going to be a huge deal, not just for Jake's career, but for entertainment in general. People were lining up to get a piece of the action, and Jake was ready to cash in big time. But now that's all blown up in smoke. And Jake's crying over the millions he's losing. Honestly, a lot of fans saw this coming from a mile away. I mean, Jake's overnight transformation from YouTube star to heavyweight boxer has always raised a ton of eyebrows. Like, let's be real here. How does someone go from making prank videos and vlogs to suddenly knocking dudes out in the ring with massive power? It's not like Jake had some long drawn-out boxing journey where we could track his progress. Nah, this was like a flip of the switch. One day, he's a YouTuber, and the next he's packing on serious muscle and throwing haymakers like he's been boxing his whole life. Fans were already suspicious. It's nearly impossible to put on that much muscle and become that strong while playing by the rules. Like, you don't just wake up one day with the body and strength of a heavyweight without putting in years of grinding, hard work, and natural progression. Jake's rapid rise in the boxing world had a lot of people going, wait, is this for real? And now with these cheating allegations, everything's kind of starting to make sense. Oh, and let's not forget about UFC President Dana White. He's been firing shots at Jake for ages about this. Dana's been very vocal, publicly accusing Jake of taking steroids before he didn't hold back, calling out Jake's rapid transformation and basically saying there's no way this is natural. Dana even challenged Jake to take a steroid test if he wanted to prove he was clean, but Jake never took him up on it suspiciously. Dana's got a sixth sense for this kind of thing, and he's not letting Jake slide on it. He knows shady business when he sees.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years. And that thing that you came out with today, nobody on earth thinks that you really wrote that. You're too stupid. And for those of you that don't know, if you've ever watched one of his fights and you see when they do the stare down, the guy that's standing in the middle with a warlock nose and a big warlock wart on his face, let's just say this, he no longer works for me, and I think he's a scumbag. But if you two think that you can do it better than we do, we're doing this whole thing wrong, you can treat the fighters better than we do, knock yourself out. Go start your own business. It's easy to do. Go get the warlock on. The warlock can get it started for you. What you and the warlock...
So what does this suspension mean for Jake? Honestly, it's a massive blow to his entire career, not just in boxing, but also as an influencer. No matter how much Jake shouts from the rooftops, claiming it's all fake or blaming everyone else, it's not going to do him any favors. The Boxing Commission doesn't care about his rants or Instagram stories. They've already made their decision. Jake's whole tough guy persona is crumbling, and let's be real, it's not a good look. He's facing a suspension that could potentially end his boxing journey as he knows it. Thanks for watching the next video.